Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time to get into my 2 cents, a little bit of kitchen table talk daily. I have a couple of hot topics out there that I want to give my 2 cents on. I'm not going to be long tonight. I'm not going to hold you. I know the challenge comes on tonight. I cannot wait to get this final started. I'm hoping it's a one episode final, but it's probably going to be two. And then Love is Blind started tonight. Hey, Eric. I saw today that they put 6 episodes up, and I'm like, okay, they really want us to get into this season. Netflix is giving this season of Love is Blind and is extremely boring. So you throw in as many episodes out there as possible. Because I personally don't find the pods fascinating. I like when they get out the pods and we get to see them in the real world. But 6 episodes. I got a lot to watch. Look out for the reviews between me and Ebby. I think we decided we're gonna review on Monday because Monday is a holiday. It might not be the same all season, but stay tuned for that. But at least Monday will be the first 6 episodes of Love Is Blind. But okay, let's get into what's going on in these social media streets. What I want to give you my 2 cents on a little bit. Pull up this good screen share. Hey, Dan Rocks. Love is Blind, but not Vanessa as a host. Look, it is what it is. It's her show. It's her idea. She finding more marriages than any other show I've seen. Vanessa doesn't bother me. Nick is the one that's boring. At least Vanessa is a little bit messy. But anyway, Beyonce. Beyonce did the thing at the Super Bowl. We talked about it where she had a Verizon commercial, and at the end of the commercial, she said, "Drop the music." And all of the Beehive went insane, searching all of the music platforms, looking for what music she's dropping. Myself included. I did pause from watching the game to go to YouTube. YouTube is where YouTube Music is where I listen to my music. And I was refresh. Where is it, Beyonce? Nah, you didn't drop the commercial. By the end of the night, the music was there. We learned that Beyonce is going country for Act Two. I was not here for it. I was like, I ain't dosey doing and giving you $1,000 to have a rodeo. No, ma'am. I'm not paying for Act Two. But it's something about the magic of TikTok and how people come up with the craziest little 30-second routines, memes, funny videos. Like, it's something about the magic of TikTok where that Texas Hold'em is growing on me. Texas Hold'em is growing on me. I might do a little do-si-do, a little line dance. I heard somebody say, don't make it hard like Tamia's. Like, if it's going to be hard like Tamia's, I can't get it. But I might do a little line dance. I don't know if I'm paying for the concert, though, Beyonce. I got to hear the rest of the album. But as you can see, Beyonce has made history. She is the first Black woman to reach #1 on the Apple Music Country charts. It has been people blowing up the country stations saying, put Beyonce on. And these stations are sending people letters saying, no, ma'am, we don't play Beyonce over here until they realize Beyonce is now a country artist. And I heard that the stations have started playing the Beyonce songs. Look, I'm not a fan of country, but Beyonce, if anybody will get me to listen to a country song, it'll be Beyonce. It is rumored that she might have a collab with Taylor Swift. Her and Taylor have been being a little BFF-y since the Renaissance. I thought it was a friendly competition, Renaissance versus the era. But maybe they said, hey, let's collab. Don't do it to Beyonce because you're going to outsing Taylor. Find you a country. Like, get over there with Kelly Clarkson or the other girl that won America's Got Talent, whatever that show was. I don't forgot. It's been so long. American Idol. Get over there with some of them people because they could sing. I feel like you're gonna outsing Taylor, but I ain't no Taylor fan, so I really don't know her range. But I'm looking forward to it. March 29th. And congratulations on breaking that record. Hey Dejan. Up next, Usher. Um, he got married at not at the Super Bowl, but after the Super Bowl. It was rumored that before the Super Bowl, he got his marriage license. This is his girlfriend, Carrie Underwood. Thank you, D and Rocks. I would have never thought of her name. Like I said, I know I'm not a country fan, but I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna give it a listen. It's a country male singer. He sings that song Tennessee Whiskey. I do like that. It's a couple of country songs that'll get me. That Jolene by Dolly Parton, Don't Steal My Man. I tune in. It's got to be some songs like that, Beyonce. That's 16 carriages ain't it. But anyway, congratulations, Ushers. They said after the Super Bowl performance, he pulled into one of them chapels in Vegas and married his longtime girlfriend, Jennifer. I'm not even going to pretend to say her last name, girl. It's now Raymond. The last name is now Raymond. We ain't even got to worry about how to pronounce that anymore. Beautiful, very non-traditional. We see she has on a nice sporty pantsuit. I love the sunglasses. I love the bob. Sometimes when you're so famous, why shell out $1 million on a wedding when we really just want to say I do? And I really feel like the people who elope, sometimes their marriages last longer because they not doing it for the show of the wedding. They're really in love and they just want to get married. But congratulations, Usher. I'm happy for you. Also, shout out to Usher for having the most watched Super Bowl halftime performance of all time. I'm not going to say it was the best halftime performance of all time, but it's definitely in that top 10 for me. But I think just as more people are streaming and watching television, every year the number is going to get bigger. Last year, Rihanna had 118 million. This year, he had 129.3 million. That is a lot of people. And people complain that, these celebrities don't get paid to do the Super Bowl. They do get a budget. Sometimes they have to add to their budget, sometimes they don't. But they do get a budget to put on the performance. But this is the best advertising, especially for Usher. I don't think anybody else played this Super Bowl halftime show like Usher has played it. He released an album Friday before the Super Bowl. His concert tour went on sale. I think the pre-sale tickets went on right before the Super Bowl, but for everybody the day after. But trust me, if you ain't get the pre-sale, you ain't get no ticket. I can tell you that right now. There's some resale tickets up there. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all the tea. He did add some more dates to the concert. Those pre-sale tickets are on sale now, but I think they went on sale pre-sale today. They go on regular sale in 2 days, probably Friday, and they probably gonna all be sold out then. I don't get paid to Friday, so I'm gonna go out there and see what I can do on the resale on Friday. See if I'm willing to give him a couple of coins based on that Super Bowl performance. I want to be a part of the Usher movement this summer. I want to be on TikTok, slow dancing, dirty wine, and all that stuff. So we're going to see what it can do. But congratulations on that, Usher. Up next, everyone wants Young Money to do the Super Bowl next year, and I 100% agree. I know the Super Bowl doesn't always tie to the city that it's in, but next year it's in New Orleans. Lil Wayne has already been tweeting, it's in my city next year. Sign me up. I want to do it. People are saying if you bring on Lil Wayne, bring in Nicki and Drake, he might bring in the old school. I don't recall the people is it Cash Money? Cash Money that he was with. Look, I don't care. Now, I know a lot of people on Twitter were saying, look, they gave y'all black folks the Super Bowl the past 3-4 years. It's time for y'all to sit down and let Taylor have a turn. Let me tell you something. Taylor, when the Super Bowl come out here to Tennessee, you could do the halftime all you want to. But next year, let Lil Wayne and them have it. I don't know. Does he have enough clean songs? I mean, they let Usher get down there with that stripper pole. Oh. I don't know. Look, I don't know if this trio. Nicki probably has enough because she do that little poppy stuff. But I don't want to hear that, Nicki. If you ain't spitting some raps, I don't want to hear you singing. And that go for you too, Drake. Matter of fact, I might change my mind and just say let Lil Wayne do it by himself because I ain't got time for Nicki and Drake to be singing all up over the Super Bowl. But I co-sign this. I agree. If I get a vote, I vote yes. Let's see what's next, y'all. I'm trying to keep it in the music. Oh, in the Super Bowl thoughts, I just want to send my prayers to the people who were shot or affected. I didn't hear of any fatalities. I don't even know if we could say shot. I'm really trying to learn what I can and cannot say on YouTube because I plan on turning that monetization on in a second. I just ain't figured it out. But at the Kansas City Super Bowl celebration parade, they said this happened around the train station. Somebody got to powing, letting it loose, and it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate because it does. I want to be a part. It reminds me of Wendy Williams when she says, I just want to be a part of the movement. Like if it's something big going on, I stand out there in the crowd. If it was my city, I tell y'all now, don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me, y'all. I know my city is trash. They in the rebuild. They've been rebuilding for a decade. But you know, my city is the Atlanta Falcons. I did live in Atlanta before I moved to Tennessee, and I just love Atlanta. And me and my son really became huge Atlanta Falcon fans the 10 years we lived in Atlanta. If Atlanta would have won that Super Bowl, I would have been out there. I'm in the movement. It's just a shame people can't do anything without having to constantly twist and turn looking over their shoulders because people want to have whatever this is. I don't understand it. And I ain't supposed to get into politicians and stuff, but you know, politicians, I feel like y'all not doing enough for gun control. And I'm just gonna leave it at that because I ain't supposed to get into political stuff on my channel. This is very sad. I hate to hear this, and prayers out to everyone affected there. And let's move on to some shadier stuff. I ain't want to get too deep. This is real shady to me. Y'all, J-Lo to me is out here fishing for compliments. Fishing for compliments. J-Lo had to announce her retirement. Girl, let me read it before I read her. She announced her retirement, telling everybody that whatever album she working on right now will be her last album. And as you can see, so who I can't say your name, so Perry. I don't know what you was trying to do in the middle of that. Said, I hate when artists feel they need to announce that they're retiring from music when we already retired them in the first place. J-Lo, I wouldn't. Now I can't speak for everybody else. I know J-Lo has a ton of fans, but I'm just not one of them. Girl, you ain't never been a singer. Now, if you sit up here and say, y'all, I'm not doing no more romantic comedies, I'll be like, oh, J-Lo, I enjoy, you have little banter, romance, little laughter. I love that Maids in Manhattan movie. I like J-Lo in the romantic comedies. But ain't nobody asked for an album from you, J-Lo. I don't care how many award shows want you to come up and do Motown and Whitney or whoever else. I don't know what note they think you humming. You up in here sounding like Alicia Keys at the Super Bowl. Girl, we didn't want it. Just look cute on Instagram and make your rom-coms, and we satisfied with you, J-Lo. Nobody wanted this album. I hope you feel fulfilled because I was already fooled with the music. The last J-Lo song I think I liked, I don't even want to call the year because I think it was before my son was born, when she was in like some kind of water with laser beams, and I think it was called Way in the Night. Oh, I think that was the last J-Lo hit I ever cared about. Or if Ja Rule was out there rapping with you, girl, move on. I hope you get fulfilled with this album. Right, we already thought J-Lo retired. We did not need an announcement. And if anything, we put you on the shelf. Girl, read the room. Read the room, J-Lo. Who is hollering for a J-Lo album? I was kind of mad when J-Lo did the Super Bowl. But anyway, Angie, move on. Move on. Still in the realm of music, Monica announced on, I believe that was Jennifer Hudson's show. You all tell me real quick. Y'all know I am a Wendy Williams stan. I love Wendy Williams. and I just can't get into Sherry Shepherd. I can't do it. But is Jennifer Hudson's show worth the DVR watch? Because I would always DVR Wendy, because of course we at work at 10 o'clock. Is Jennifer Hudson's show worth the DVR to check into? Like, she has a lot of good guests. I think I might. I love a good talk show. I love a good messy talk show like Wendy Williams. It's just ain't nobody messy like her right now. Maybe the next generation. But let me know a good talk show I could DVR and watch when I come home to catch up on the mess of the day. Because I feel like YouTube kind of just took over. They said, Wendy, you retired. YouTube, we taking over. Y'all need some mess? Get over here in these YouTube streets. We'll read them for you. I ain't mad. Thank y'all for watching. But anyway, Monica announced she's going on tour with Nicki Minaj. I believe this tour starts in a few weeks. A lot of people were upset because they think they don't match. They think Nicki is too messy and Monica might start fighting. Everyone is just waiting for some huge scandal to break out with these two going on tour together. I don't feel like, unless Monica come out her dressing room singing his, I don't see why there should be any beef between Monica and Nicki. I do think the genres don't match. Oh, my phone ain't on Do Not Disturb. Hold on, y'all. Because I seen Monica in tour. She puts on a really good show, and she sings the kind of singing we want to hear, Nicki, not you. I just feel like if I'm going to a Monica concert, I'm not necessarily trying to hear Nicki. And if I'm going to a Nicki concert, I'm probably coming late because I don't really care about Monica. That's it. I feel like Monica would have done better hooking up with Usher, opening for Usher this summer. But hey, good luck. I don't plan on going to see Nicki. And I'm a Nicki. I be hating to admit that I love Nicki, but y'all know it because y'all be hearing the ringtone. I can't even lie to y'all. Y'all know I like Nicki. I'm just disappointed in her right now. Okay, y'all saying Kelly Clarkson and Jennifer Hudson are the only ones you watch. I'm gonna DVR it tonight. Matter of fact, y'all, Bad and Bougie. That ain't the name of Carlos King. It's something bougie. Starts tomorrow night on WeTV. So when I set up my DVR for the Bougie show, I'm going to set up Kelly Clarkson and Jennifer Hudson and check them out and see. I'm going to give them a chance. Who's next? Shout out to Princess Love. She was at the celebrity poker tournament in Vegas. I think this was around Super Bowl time, and she won. I don't think I reported this story, but it was a couple of weeks ago before this tournament. She was like in the finals, and it was like a major poker tournament. And Ray J was over there filming her like he was Kris Jenner. I was like, you better support your wife, Ray J. I could never tell when they offer on, but I don't think anybody else could deal with what Ray J. They might as well stay together. I don't care. But shout out to Princess for finding something outside of just reality TV and being a celebrity's wife. Like, I'm proud of you, girl. I don't know a thing about poker. When I go to the casino, I'm just rolling my dice on the table, hoping my number hit. That's the only thing I know how to play. I don't understand poker at all. Now, if they put some spades in a casino, oh, your girl will probably be in there making all the money. I would be making all, they would have to shut the casino down. They'd be like, Angie, you can't play spades in here no more. Because that spades is my game. My husband likes blackjack, but I ain't got time to be counting at 21. I just like rolling the dice, seeing if my number hit. But congratulations, Princess. Up next, it has finally been confirmed out of Portia Gubadia's, I believe that's how you say her last name, Gubadia. Because Portia was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Portia Williams going to be on Roa, but Portia Gubadia will be there. I was like, okay, girl, you better use your married name. And she also signed a scripted talent deal with NBC Universal. Now, I don't know what all is under NBC Universal, but I know that's big. That's one of the major networks Portia, like I know Nene somewhere pulling her wigs out. Like she is pulling the glue from the scalp. Nene is mad. This the kind of deal Nene needs. Candy probably has something like this because she does a lot of scripted television shows. I'm happy for Portia. I like Portia. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I think she's entertaining on the show. No, I don't think she's about to put her true tea on there, but I think she'll come out, be messy, give a couple of reads, give good fashion. I'm gonna buy some of that Go Naked hair because see this. Don't curse, Angie. This stuff right here that just come from the beauty supply store is too thin. It's too thin. I need me some luscious, thick locks, like what Portia got on her head. Now, Portia, if I buy that Go Naked hair and it look like the same stuff from the beauty supply store, I'm reading you on the YouTube. Now, everyone is saying since Portia is coming back, Phaedra should come back. Candy is gone, so the door's open for Phaedra. And you know, Phaedra out here giving subliminals. I'll never say never. We'll see. I'm over the situation that went down between Candy and all of them because for me, Candy, I've said this once and I'm gonna say it this last time. If you can forgive Portia, you might as well open the door of forgiveness for Phaedra. I know you said Phaedra did more stuff behind the scenes that we didn't see, so I get it. But I wouldn't mind if Phaedra comes back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, but for the same reason, I don't think Phaedra is gonna get on this reality television screen putting her true tea in the streets. I think she'll come read Kenya a little bit. You know, her and Kenya might have a little beef. Her and Portia come shake titties in each other's face and they'll twerk for each other. You know, I really don't want to see freaking Frag back together. I feel like Portia, you've outgrown that. Show us something else and leave Phaedra over there on the traders. Look, Phaedra, if you don't do nothing else, get into this competition reality TV show game because what you're doing on Traders is A plus plus. I love you on Traders. You're the only one up there with Annalise Keating right now, Phaedra. You need to look into doing some Big Brother. Maybe the challenge ain't for you because you ain't gonna get your hair wet and none of that stuff. I would love to see Phaedra do more competition reality television where strategy is at the forefront because she's really good. But I feel like you might have did too good this season on Traders where if you do get another show, you're going to get voted off first. Bye. Oh, Phaedra and Kenya are friends now. Look, when it comes to reality TV, we could be friends today and enemies tomorrow. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. They got a show to make. Season 16 has to be iconic or it's getting canceled. They got television to make and they got checks to keep. Oh, friendships can go. Friendships can go. Dabu, you won't even let me get through my slides. I'm gonna get to it, Dabu. I'm gonna get to it. Yes, we like Phaedra on Traders. I don't know. Phaedra would have to come on this show really telling her truth, really putting her life in the forefront. I wouldn't mind to see how she co-parents with Apollo, how she gets along with the new fiance, how the boys like him, seeing her date, not fake date. We already watching Phaedra fake date on the Instagram. You know, we'll see. They probably not going to give it to her though, but what's next? We're talking about cash shakeups. This is allegedly because I read the comments and the comments seem to be 50-50 where people are like they lying, they just at an event, but other people are like this is a taped event and Selena is a part of the cast. The news is Aikisha and Tambra were fired and Selena was hired. Look, Carlos, if you ain't got nothing else right, this would be it. This would be it. Selena, you should have been brought Selena on the show. And you did right by leaving So Gucci on there so we can get some real dramatic television. Now, like Love and Marriage Huntsville, 1 or 2 seasons of the mess is enough. At some point, we need to get to the bottom of what's going on with Selena and So Gucci and get a resolution to at least say we'll be cordial. When we filming, I ain't gonna bust your ass. something like that. But this to me is a good move. I'm assuming this man next to Selena is her new fiance because I heard she was engaged. Girl, I see the rock sitting on your finger. Look, I'm here for it. Bring on Selena, bring on the girls. Let's get into it. Now, this is allegedly, because I don't know, but I'm hoping this is true. Who says Sierra can't sing or dance? Now, one thing I ain't never said is that Sierra can't dance. She can hum some notes. She can hum a little bit. She know how to lay down some beats on the track. And one thing about Sierra, she can perform. Now, I ain't never heard Sierra just stand still and sing and belt out a song. I don't know. But she ain't as bad as some of these kids today. That's just all auto-tune. So you ain't never heard me say, oh, you talking to Dabu. Okay, I'm sorry, Dejan. I didn't put you into something. You wasn't even talking to me. So let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. I wanted to get into Monique. And I'm not going to stay too long here. Because by now, you all should know what has happened. And I still haven't listened to it entirely. I believe this started from the Club Shay Shay interview. I did not listen to the Club Shay Shay interview. I heard snippets. I never heard the snippet about the son until all this mess and drama started coming out. I am a fan of Monique's. Matter of fact, before we even started the word stan, I probably was a Monique stan. Like, I love Monique as a big girl myself. F them skinny bitches. That's me and Monique. We was there together. And at one point in Atlanta, every time Monique came to Atlanta, I was there. Here in Memphis, every time Monique came to Memphis, I was there. And it's just a point where I know you have a grievance with Tyler Perry and Oprah and whoever else, but your grievance ain't my grievance. Girl, I heard your complaint the first time. I've heard it. How many years do you want us to listen to your grievances? Yes, they did you wrong, girl, but you at a point, what you haven't figured out, Monique, is that these two people are billionaires and they just don't give a damn. You cannot cancel them because if you could, they would have been canceled by now. If anything, they done canceled your ass. So that's why I didn't listen to Club Shay Shay. But on Club Shay Shay, there was a moment where she mentioned her estranged son. She said at one point they apologized. She admitted to not being a good mother and chasing fame. A lot of celebrities have this story, a lot of them. And she said she didn't really raise him. I didn't hear the whole Club Shay Shay interview. I'm paraphrasing from the clip I heard. Then the young man who's in his 30s now, he got on TikTok Live, I believe, and read down his mother. And one thing I will say, you could tell that's mother and son. The way they give their grievances to the world is exactly alike. And in the tone, I want to say the tone because I feel like he's sincere. I feel like Monique does that, hey, baby, as a way, as nice, nasty. That's a nice, nasty when she does that. She's nicing you up. Hey, sweetie pie. And then she about to call you a bitch and read you down. So he was expressing that, his mother was never there for them. Never. She's not nurturing. And for the most part, he's saying, her way of showing love is to just throw money at it. Like, here the money for a car, here the money for your rent. You need the new Jordans, here you go. Like, she throws money at it instead of throwing the love where I'm telling you, kids would trade in a heartbeat all that material stuff for your time, your love, your acceptance, your understanding, your conversation, the quality time, the memories. Kids will trade that in a second. And so I felt really bad for him. And I felt like we could have left it there. Because one thing I pointed out that I noticed is Monique has the license to call out Everybody else, she could read and tell you why everybody else ain't shit and what body parts they can suck on her body. She can do that. But as soon as somebody says something about her, she's not open to the criticism. And that's what I didn't like, especially your own son. Now, I learned a lot of Monique's tea these past few days because I thought Monique always had 4 kids. I thought she had a baby by each husband. I could be wrong. Somebody said, and this allegedly, because I got this from the YouTube streets. Somebody said that second husband, that wasn't her son, but she adopted him. I thought she birthed him, but hey, Hot Topics wasn't like what they was back in the day. Like they wouldn't like that today, back then, how they are today. But seeing Monique and her husband, and this is why I say I don't like Monique's husband. And when she read Tiffany Haddish about if you had a husband like mine, you wouldn't have this DUI and all this other stuff. I said, girl, don't nobody want a husband like you. That's not a read because I don't want him. I don't understand why this man was in the lot. Number one, when it comes to your son, you should never put your family business in the streets. He's a young man. Clearly, he's hurting. He just wants to tell his side of the story, and he feels like this is my only way because if I pick up the phone and call you, you won't receive my grievances. So I have to go on TikTok Live and blast you like you blast everybody else. I'm just going to speak for myself. I would never put my son's business in the street ever. And I never have. My son is a young adult. He's 20, getting ready to be 21. It's been a lot of things he's done in his raising, fundamental learning, development years. I would never put his shit on the internet. I would never release text messages from my son if it wasn't him saying Happy Mother's Day, I love you. Anything loving, any kind of beef, never releasing it. Now, mind you, me and my son don't have beef, but this does touch home because he doesn't get along with his other parent as well. In hearing some of the things the son said, I was like, damn, I know this story. I know this story. And one thing I'm going to say to you, Monique, shame on you for letting this man get on the internet to say, your son asked me if I can call you dad. And I told him, no, continue to call me Uncle Sidney because I know your dad. That hurts because in my household, I know a lot of people households, they say we don't do steps. Ain't no steps in my house. In my house, I do steps because I do respect my stepdaughter's mother. I do respect her. And I remember one time early in my marriage, I was at the mall and I had my stepdaughter with me. And, she was running through the mall with some ice cream or something. We was having a good time. And some lady came up and was like, oh, this is Cortland. You know Cortland? I'm like, yeah, this is my daughter. And she was like, oh, I thought that was Kira's daughter. And I was like, well, I'm married to her father. And so I think from that day, I said, look, I'm going to say it right and say, this is my stepdaughter. But if my stepdaughter ever came to me and say, Angie, I would like to call you mom, I would never tell her, you got a mama. I would love that. I feel like I'm going to respect, like, that was some bullshit there. And I'm talking about, well, I know your father and I would never disrespect. It's not disrespectful. The disrespect would come in when you say, F your daddy, you call me daddy. But if he's coming to you expressing that he wants to love you on that level, why are you blocking it? And then y'all release all these text messages from 2021. I'm not even about to read them. I didn't want to put them all up there. I'm sure you've seen them on the Shade Room like I saw. All of the text messages are either Monique saying, hey, I'm just checking on you. Can you call me back? Or the son saying, Ma, I called you. And she was like, oh, I'm doing this. Can you call me back in an hour? Or the son reaching out to her. And then if you, like, this is evidence that you just shot yourself in the foot, where it's days before you respond to him, which is probably why he doesn't want to F with you now, because it's like, what's the point? I'm still on the back. I'm a grown ass man and you still can't make time to just even pick up the phone. Mm, I don't know. But I don't want to dig too deep into this because, like I said, a lot of what I've heard is a story that I know. I will say, when it comes to mending fences, I feel like the parents should always be the one stepping first. The child should not have to come up to you and say, I want a relationship with you. What do I have to do? What do I, the parent should always be extending that olive branch until the child is ready to hold on to it. But Monique can't. And you know what pissed me off even more? Is Monique made a statement to where she gonna let the universe handle it. Like, she apologized, and I'm gonna give this young man time and let the universe heal him. But you couldn't let the universe handle anything else. When it comes to the child that you birthed out of the vagina you want everyone to suck on. I shouldn't have said that on YouTube. I ain't mean it, Lord. I ain't. But you birthed this child and you need the universe to heal that relationship. But you won't let us alone. The universe can't heal what you got going on with Tyler Perry and Oprah. You steady sticking your neck out to get some kind of justice over there, but you ain't sticking your neck out to handle the relationship that you birthed. And sometimes an apology ain't enough. Yeah, you can apologize and say I was a shitty mother and all this other stuff, but if you have not changed your behavior, then your apology might as well be toilet paper and let me wipe my ass with it. Because an apology without changed behavior is nothing. It's trash. And I feel like that's what Monique did. She's very aware and she probably apologized, but her behavior hasn't changed. And those text messages show me that your behavior hasn't changed. But anyway, moving on from Monique. I agree. I'm tired of Monique. I'm tired of Monique. I'm tired of Monique because she gives me everybody can do wrong by me, but I can't do no wrong. And even when she does do wrong, oh, my sweet baby, I apologize. Girl, move on. What's next on these slides, Angie? Because it hurts. Like, when I tell y'all I was a Monique stan, I used to support everything that she did. And it's like, I'm over it, girl. I'm even upset that Cat Williams put her on the tour because I got my Cat Williams tickets for April. And I'm like, now I gotta listen to Monique complain about these people again. Like, Cat, she's not funny. She doesn't have any jokes. I'm not HR. I don't want to hear your grievances. I did hear that Nelson is getting his foot amputated, and I just pray for him, but I think it's for the best. There's so much technology out now with amputations. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like a light thing. That's a major thing, but I feel like he will bounce back. He's young, he's strong, and with the technology we have now, I think this will help him get back to a normal life better than his current situation. And that's all I'm gonna say about Nelson. Let's get into something else. This I found really interesting. There was a Keith Lee scandal. I guess NBA All-Star Weekend hasn't happened. It must be coming up, and it must be in Indianapolis. Keith Lee is going to be doing his food tour in Indianapolis. And apparently somebody there is telling people, if you want Keith Lee to come to your restaurant, send me this amount of money and I can guarantee that I get you on the list for the upcoming tour. I don't understand. I mean, some of you restaurant owners must not follow Keith Lee and understand how all of this works. Now, really, I don't understand it either. But from what I can gather from TikTok is that Keith Lee is looking at social media and he's getting the requests from the owners or from fans of the city, or like, oh, you got to try out this place. I don't think he has one person saying, this is your tour. Like, no, I would have never gave them any money because it just sounds like a scam. It doesn't sound like Keith Lee is always blessing people with money. You don't have to pay for him to come see you. You just gotta put the word out, get the advertising out so he can come across your TikTok or your meme or your post or something so he can say, oh, okay, I want to try this place out. I feel bad for the people who were scammed. You got to be careful, y'all. It's scammers everywhere. I almost got scammed this week. Y'all know my Cash App has been they took my Cash App away because they said I was gambling. And for the life of me, I was like, I wasn't gambling. Can I get my Cash App back? And I have been working with Cash App through that little chat system. And I was like, they ain't gonna never give me my Cash App back. But anyway, long story short, I had a friend who bought a drink for me and she was like, girl, just send me Cash App me the money for the drink. I was like, girl, I ain't got Cash App. And, I told her the whole story. And I said, you got Zelle, you got PayPal, and she didn't. And I just know a lot of people sorry, I got the hiccups, utilize Cash App. So I really was like, okay, I got on Google and I was looking for a customer service number for Cash App. I found one, I called it, and they were going through the process of saying, okay, we can help you get your account back. And I was finally happy because I was like, I want my Cash App account back. These people are like, in order for us to verify your account, you need to PayPal us $200. And I was like, well, I got to send y'all $200. Like, if we got to do a test transaction, why it can't be $2? And it was like, our program is set up for the $200 test transaction. And a part of me was like, okay, I really want my Cash App back. Until he started typing out all these numbers for his email. It was like 50 letters. I said, I don't feel comfortable doing this. And what really made me know it's a scam, because I was at work and I kind of hung up on the phone in his face because I don't like to go back and forth with people at work. Somebody called me back in like 30 seconds talking about, man, we're really trying to help you get your account unlocked. We just really need you to send this $200. I was like, that's a scam. Because I ain't never had customer service call me back. Not after I hung up the phone in their face. Now, if the call gets disconnected, yeah, they'll call you back. But when you hang up in their face and you irate, never. So watch out for these scammers, and Google, do better. Why Cash App? Why y'all got fake numbers up for the Cash App? Anyway, moving on. These are going to be quick. These are just a couple of announcements. If you watch the show Survival of the Thickest with these people, I can't say that lady's last name either, but I know her from The Circle. That show was amazing. If you haven't watched it on Netflix, they were recently renewed for a season 2, and I'm really happy about that. The Freaknik documentary has a release date, March 21st on Hulu. Look. Hey, Tracy. I'm excited to see this. I don't think I will be in any of the videos because I'm a little bit young. Like, my freshman year in college was probably the last year they did a Freaknik really big. And what was that, 96, 97, my freshman year? And me and my homegirls went. We had a good time. We did not do anything too scandalous. Like, we probably did a couple of things we shouldn't have did, but it wasn't no cameras. Shut up, Edgy. But it wasn't scandalous. It was kind of like, Freaknik is when really the ATL is just a huge parking lot. And you do some strange things for the cameras. And it was a different time partying in the street. And we seen these fine men. Oh, they was fine. I got the picture. I still got the Freaknik pictures. And we went, and these men were like, hey, come follow us to our house and let's have a party at our house. And our dumb asses, being freshmen in effing college, was like, okay. And we following their asses. We could have. Now, thankfully, these were nice young men who did not kill us. But young people, don't do that. Have your fun in the street. You ain't got to follow nobody home. But Freaknik was a good time. I'm happy I experienced it that one time. I don't think I'll be on the videos, but I'm gonna be looking. Be looking just in case. I might have walked through some mess. I'm gonna be looking. But I think the footage they have is before 97, because I think 97 was the year we went. 97. So I'm gonna be looking to see if I see somebody. It's gonna be a good time. Yes, I was there. But I'm not worried about being exposed because I didn't do anything scandalous. No clothing came off, but I was there. Girl, if you see me in the Freaknik, I was underage and that was not me. Girl, it wasn't me neither. I was Freaknik was no. You cannot have Freaknik today. You can't have it today. Um it's a lot of people that I hope have changed behavior since the Freaknik. It was definitely a disrespectful time towards women. It was definitely people reaching out and touching you because you got some big breast or a big ass, and it was definitely disrespect to women. It was a lot. It was a lot of unconsensual things going on. Like Freaknik can't go on today. Now the party and in my 40-year-old brain, I ain't got time for that kind of traffic. I I would I can't imagine the 40 and over or the 30 and over people sitting in there. I bet you they was all in the house. They was like, we're gonna let the young kids have the highway this weekend. The traffic was insane. You just can't do it now. You can go to a park and throw a little Freaknik, but mm-mm. You can't do it. You can't do it how it was done in the 90s today. Mm-mm. It wouldn't go down. Girl, I was at the bike week on people's bikes. I went to my first bike week or bike show. I don't know what it's called because I'm not into motorcycles, but it was last year, last summer, and I had a really good time. Like if it come back around, I'll go again. Bike week was fun. It was very disrespectful. The Me Too movement. What? Let me tell. Do you know how many people would have charges? Do you know how many people are praying? And I'm talking about the men are praying that their faces are blurred when this documentary come out. I'm sure the faces will be blurred because you have to sign off on it. I don't know the legalities of it, but I'm just praying that these men, because they should all be in their 40s and 50s now, have changed behavior. You all have daughters. You don't want daughters to treat people the way y'all was treating them women down at the Freaknik. But it was a time. A time was had, but we can't have it again. We can't do it again. You didn't know it was like that? I thought, oh, oh, you was born after the Freaknik was over. You're my son's age. He's 2003. Oh, it was wild. 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 I have a picture of this man just reaching out. You know how Usher grabbed Alicia Keys at the end of that song at the Super Bowl? A man just reached out and grabbed me up like that, just walking down the street. And I'm a type of person, I don't like to be touched, especially by strangers. Like, you just can't do it again. Oh, you was Tracy, you younger than me. Girl, you shouldn't have been out there. It probably was some young kids out there because we was only 18. And I remember it reminded me of this episode of A Different World when Kim wanted to go down to the Freaknik. Her daddy said, I remember I called my mom and dad. I was like, I need some money to get down to the Freaknik. And my dad was like, you better stay your ass on that campus. Do not go to the Freaknik. My ass was broke and out there. I was like, I'm still going. I don't care. Only difference, my dad ain't pull up to the yard. Okay, let's move on. Shout out to Donnell Rawlings. He has a comedy special coming out on Netflix February 27th. Dave Chappelle produced it. I think it's going to be hilarious. I loved him on the Chappelle show. I love him when he's just talking. I think he's a great storyteller. I can't wait to see this. What you say, Tracy? This man picked me up and put my stuff. Let me tell you. Now, see, I was still a thick girl, so couldn't nobody do that to me. But they did a whole bunch of other stuff. I have the pictures. I need to burn them. I need to burn the pictures because there's a picture. We just in the middle of the street taking pictures with random men, and a man just came up and grabbed one of my breasts. Crazy times. Crazy times. It went down at the Freaknik. Now I want to know, is the internet trolling us? Gabby Douglas announces her professional return to gymnastics and she plans to go to Paris this summer. Look, I love Gabby Douglas. She was the Simone Biles before Simone Biles. Like, she was the big gym star. And I kind of feel like I heard that for the female gymnasts, they have to do this stuff in high school, early 20s, because once their body goes through a certain change, they kind of age out of gymnastics. I know Gabby has aged out, but if she's still in shape and she can do it. Oh, you said the challenge coming on. Okay, let's hurry up and get through these hot topics. Gabby, if you still, I don't want you feeling like you have to go out there and prove something. You've already proved what needed to be proven. You're a great gymnast. We have not forgot about you. I just don't want you going out there getting hurt when you don't need to. But moving on. I only think I got two more. I'm about to wrap this up. Congratulations to Just Hilarious. She announced that she's pregnant. Good for you, girl. Anybody but me. Anybody but me. Congratulations. Is Gabby going to don't do that? Assistant coach, or maybe do a floor routine. I don't know. I think Gabby was, her thing was she was the little squirrel on the uneven bars. I don't know what Gabby is going to do, but in all respect, you're not going to beat Simone Biles. So you just going out there for second place. I feel like don't do it to your body. You don't have anything else to prove, Gabby. But if you go out there, I'm going to watch. First, you got to make the team. It ain't no guarantee you will get picked to be on the team. Moving on. Larsa and Marcus break up. They call it quits. Look, I was tired of them playing in my face anyway. Larsa left this message: the man you choose to be your partner affects everything in your life, your mental health, your peace of mind, your love inside of you, your happiness, how you get through tragedies, your success, how your children will be raised, and much more. Girl, your kids is grown, ain't they? Choose wisely. Look, I don't know what kind of get back this was on, but I think Marcus is tired of being threatened to be kicked out of the wheel. That's billions of dollars. We're about to lose billions of dollars for Larsa. I don't think so. Larsa probably had a little get back on Scotty. I don't know. Y'all, even if it was true love, y'all had a little bit of fun. Now it's time to move on. Larsa, find some. I ain't even gonna say find somebody your age, but at least don't pull no more stunts and shows. Marcus didn't have enough money for that gold digger. Oh, yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. And if he don't have it now, he will have it later. Now, we ain't wishing nothing ill on Michael Jordan. We hope that man have another 30, 40 years of life. But at some point, he going to have it. And I'm sure he has access to it. I'm sure they got a nice little trust fund. Oh, and that's it. That's it. I added this slide, but I ain't put nothing on it. That's all my 2 cents. It's time to get into the challenge. Thank you for reminding me, Dabu. Thank you for sticking around for Kitchen Table Talk Daily. That is where I just give you my 2 cents on the hot topics as they come through the social media streets. Please, if you enjoy the content, like the video. If you really, really enjoy it, go ahead and share it. I appreciate every share you all do. And if you love it, go ahead and hit subscribe. Your girl will be back. The challenge is on tonight. I will be doing the challenge tomorrow night. We will get into it. We will have a good time. Until then, y'all be safe. I will see y'all later. Bye. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. I should have said that in the beginning. I forgot. But happy Valentine's Day. Bye.